Okay, so the definition of a polygon is a closed plane figure made of 3 or more line segments. So that means that it doesn't go on and on. You know how we talk about a line and array go on and on and on, and a plane goes on and on and on and on in all directions? A polygon is closed, so their line segments, they don't continue out. This is their set their set lines. A polygon?
It's a many-sided.
Yes. No, I just have them up there and I'm talking.
Was that?
Yeah, get out your pen,
So, polygons. We have a triangle has 3. A quadrilateral has 4, a pentagon has 5, a hexagon has 6, a heptagon has 7, an octagon has 8, a nonagon has 9, and a decagon has 10. And I'm going to take this away, but it's going to stay. You're going to see how it stays in just a second. So don't freak on me.
Are you hyperventilating?
Yes.
No.
Alright. So, number 1. Who can tell me what number 1 is? If you know, raise your hand and I'll call on you. Sam. A quadrilateral. Number 3. Really? Caitlin's the only one gonna put the hand up? Caitlin.
It's a decagon.
A decagon. There's 10 sides. Number 5. Katie B? A decagon. Because this here is a side. This is a side. That little spot. Here's another side. There's another side. Another side.
Are you sure there's 10 on number 3?
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, 9. Sorry. Nonagon. Sorry, Caitlin, you were wrong.
Oh, wow.
It's all right. You were close. All right, so number 7. 7. Somebody besides Sam, Caitlin, or Katie. Haley. What'd you say? It's a pentagon. So what in our world is shaped like a pentagon?
Some signs are like outside and
We have some signs shaped like a pentagon, but I'm thinking of one very specific building.
a house.
No,
Why not?
not all houses are shaped like a pentagon.
Especially
There is one specific building shaped like a pentagon. Who can tell me what it is? Katie B. Oh my goodness, it's called the Pentagon.
Really?
And it is shaped like a pentagon.
And it's got walls around it that are shaped like
Okay? So that's why they call it a pentagon. The pentagon is shaped like a pentagon. It's pretty cool, huh?
It's gotta be
All right, number 2.
a subway.
Someone raised their hand. Evan.
Hexagon.
It's a hexagon. Number 4, someone raised their hand. Kelly. Triangle. Number 6. I'm not calling on you if you've already answered. Kelsey. The dodecagon? 12 sides.
Dodecagon.
I like that.
Oh yeah, sorry, I left out my C. Number 8. I'm not calling on someone who's already answered. Garrett. An octagon. And what is our most familiar thing that we see on a daily basis that's shaped like an octagon? Kelsey. A stop sign. Like little kids know what an octagon is like immediately because that's how we always show an octagon is with a stop sign.
They might say, it's an octopus.
Yeah. Might call it something else, but.
Still ain't.
Alright, so now we're going to look at our triangles. Classification of triangles. Yes.
Yes.
And the really cool thing about classifications of triangles, they're based upon the angles in the triangle. Like, right triangle, number 1, is a triangle that has one 90-degree angle and a variety of often studied we don't need that. I don't want to care about that. Some of my notes are a little extra. So it's a triangle that has one 90-degree angle. An equilateral triangle has 3 equal sides and 3 equal angles. Each angle is 60 degrees. So, today we learned about supplementary and complementary angles, right? A triangle adds up to what? All the angles in a triangle add up to what? Anybody know? If there's 3 and each one is 60, 3 times 6 is?
24, 240.
3 times 6 is?
No, 18. 180.
18. So it's 180 degrees. All 3 of our angles in our triangle are going to equal 180 degrees. So is our triangle supplementary or complementary? It's not in any, but in the idea of what a supplementary angle equals or a complementary angle equals.
The angles add up.
Which one is supplementary? Which one is complementary? 180 or 90?
180.
So if my triangle equals 180 degrees, is it supplementary or complementary? Why, Garrett? Supplementary angles equal 180 degrees. So my triangle would be supplementary. So then complementary equals what, Cameron? 90 degrees. Okay? So then we have the next triangle, the isosceles triangle. It has 2 equal sides and 2 equal angles. That would be an isosceles. Our scalene triangle has no equal or congruent sides, which would also mean it has no equal or congruent angles. An acute triangle has 3 acute angles, meaning all 3 angles are less than 90 degrees. So here's my next question to you. An acute triangle and an isosceles or a equilateral triangle, are they the same? Can you say that an equilateral triangle is also an acute triangle? Yes or no?
Yes.
Why, Sam?
Because 60 degrees is acute and 160 degrees
Exactly. So if the equilateral triangle has 3 60-degree angles, those are all acute angles, that would make it an acute triangle. So, did everyone understand that? All right. So an obtuse triangle has one angle that is bigger than 90 degrees. And then since the total degrees in any triangle is 180 degrees, an obtuse triangle can only have one angle that measures more than 90. It can't have more than 1. So one angle will be bigger than 90 degrees, the rest would have to be smaller. So here is our example triangles. Right triangle, one angle is 90 degrees. Obtuse triangle, one angle is more than 90 degrees. Acute triangle, all the angles are less than 90 degrees. Scalene triangle has no sides that are equal in length. An isosceles triangle has two sides that are equal, so this side and this side. And an equilateral triangle has all three sides the same. Questions on triangles? No? None? All right, quadrilaterals then. All right, a quadrilateral is a two-dimensional closed shape with four straight sides. So anything that has four sides to it is considered a quadrilateral. A line segment drawn from one vertex of a quadrilateral to the opposite vertex is called a diagonal of the quadrilateral. You don't really need to know that, but just as an FYI. There are 7 types of quadrilaterals, and we're only going to cover 4 of them. There are 7 types, and they can be broken into parallelograms and other quadrilaterals. We're going to focus on only parallelograms today. So, a parallelogram has opposite sides are parallel and equal in length, and then the opposite angles are equal in size. So, here is a parallelogram, this one right here. That means that A and B are equal, and this angle are equal. So if we call this C and D, angle C equals angle D. So if at any time you're given an assignment and they say angle C equals 38, can you identify what angle D equals?
Yes.
And what would that be?
38.
38. If they told you that line segment A equaled 15 inches, can you identify line segment B?
Yes.
And what is that? Someone besides Katie? What? If A equals 15 inches, what does B have to equal? 15 inches. Okay, just checking to make sure we're live today. Obviously not. A rectangle, opposite sides of the rectangle are parallel and equal in length, same as in our parallelogram. And all the angles equal 90 degrees. So here is our rectangle. That means this one's 90, that one's 90, that's a 90, that's a 90. That also means A and B are equal. So the next question I have is a square. How do you identify a square? Based on what we're talking about, Kelly. What is equal in a square? What, Garrett? Everything. What does he mean by everything, Cameron? What does everything mean? So you're telling me, Evan. All 4 sides are equal. So A, B, C, and D are all equal. A equals B, B equals C, C equals D. What else do we know about a square? Kelsey.
That is not a square because.
Well, I know we're draw. I mean, it's because I can't draw. I couldn't get it to draw. Evan, what else do we know about a square? Everything is a 90 degree. So, up square. All sides are equal in length. And all angles are equal to 90 degrees. The last one is our rhombus. A rhombus has equal lengths on all sides. Opposite sides are still parallel because we're working with parallelograms. Opposite angles of the rhombus are equal. And the diagonals of the rhombus bisect each other at right angles. Huh? Here's our rhombus. So what they're saying is all sides are equal, again, just like a square. Yes? Everyone agree to that? Okay. This angle and this angle are the same. So angle C equals angle D. And what do F and G equal? Angle F and angle G. You can't really tell on my thing. So the diagonals of the rhombus bisect each other at right angles. So what does that mean? Anybody? Caitlin?
And then when you add them, they're going to be like 190.
When you add these two together, they'd be 190? They'd be 90?
Yeah.
No. Nobody? So I want you to write that down. And that's your extra credit assignment for tonight. The diagonals of a rhombus bisect each other at right angles. What does that mean?
Bottom half.
Homework. Don't answer it now. It's extra credit. If you know it, bring it back with the answer written down on a piece of paper tomorrow and you can get extra credit for it. Questions on quadrilaterals, triangles, any of that? How many of you remember when I add all the angles of a triangle together, what do I get? 180. All right.